What if you could turn any graphic into a border cutter? In this tutorial, I'm using an SVG file and free Blender to create a repeatable border cutter in just a few minutes. I will leave the link to this SVG file in the description and in the comment section so you can try it yourself. After opening Blender, let's click the perspective camera and let's delete it. We go to Scene Properties here, Units, Length, millimeters, and let's change the scale to 0.001. Enter. Then we click the cube, we click N on the keyboard. Then in the dimensions, we change it to 100 millimeters in X, 10 millimeters in Y, and 5 millimeters in Z. This is the base for our border cutter. Then we press Ctrl and A, and we apply rotation and scale so that the scale is 1, 1, and 1. We click here and we go to Edit Mode. Be sure that you have the vertex, the first mode selected. Then, holding Shift, you click all the edges here, so all the black dots like here. Then, you go with Ctrl and B. You just click whenever, and here the bevel option appeared. You click it. Then you go with width, so you make it bigger. And the segments, also you can make it like 4 segments. Yeah. Then you can go to Object Mode again, and you can see that we've made a quite nice rounded shape. This is a base for our border cutter. Right, then let's go back to Edit Mode for a second. So just click your object and let's go back to Add. You click in Edit Mode, you click A, you go to Mesh, Clean Up, you click Merge by Distance, and Mesh Normals, we calculate outside and this inside option as well. You just click it to have the geometry right. Then you click File, Import, and you choose SVG as grease pencil, and you look for your file with the shapes. In the comment section and in the description of the video, you will find the link for the SVG file that I used in this tutorial, so you can try it for yourself. Okay, after importing, the first thing to do, you just hide the cube here. Let's hide it and zoom in because it's really small, so you need to zoom in. Okay, so you can see that it's really quite small. Then we press R and then we press X. Just rotate, and in X you enter 90. Here, 19 degrees. Perfect. And then with S, you can make it bigger. So yeah, so let's make it a little bit bigger. You can see it. Then right click on the mouse and we convert it to mesh. Perfect. And then we go to Edit Mode. We click A, Mesh, Clean Up, Merge by Distance. You can see that it removed 576 vertices in my case, so it's better geometry now. Let's go back to Object Mode again. And now let's just choose one of the patterns. For instance, I will go maybe with the second one, with this one for this tutorial. To do it, we go to Edit Mode. Let's click Z here, so that we can see it from the top.
Thanks for watching so far. If you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.
Okay, and now we just need the shape. We don't need 2 lines of it, just 1 line, and it has to be like cut in one line, an even line. So it's so we need to cut it. So I'll just go with the selection box here. Okay, So we look at the points, and we need to just cut it maybe like here. Okay, so these points here. Then I click X, I delete vertices. Perfect. Then I click Alt and Shift, and I click this line here. I go with, yes, only this one, only this shape. Then I go to Select, Invert. So the rest has been selected. I press X and I delete vertices. And we are left with the shape that we wanted. Yeah, it looks like this. Okay, so now let's see the cube again, and this is our shape. So let's go back to object mode. This is it. Let's press S for scale to make it bigger. G, you can move it with G, and then G and Z, and you can go up, so that when you click here, S for scale, you can make it smaller. G, you can move it with the G. So you can make this cutter to your own preferences, something like this. If you are satisfied with the size, you just leave it, if it's okay. And the most important thing now, if it's clicked, you go with, and the size is okay, all right? So you click it, you go with Control and A, you apply a rotation and scale so that the scale is 1, 1, and 1. It is very important to do it. Okay, then we can just G and Z, you can go down a little bit, but we will just connect it in a minute. When you have this clicked, you go to Edit Mode, and now you need to be sure that you have one free function installed in your Blender. So to do it, you go to Edit, Preferences, and you go to Add-ons here, and you need to have Edit Mesh Tools, this option here, installed. Okay, so this one. So if you don't have it, you need to enter Edit Mesh Tools, and you need to go with Install, and in few seconds you just have installed, and it needs to be activated. If you got it, in Edit Mode, we go with Alt and Shift, we click our shape, we go to Edge, Edge, Offset, and we are making an offset of 0.5. I think it's enough for the cutting. If you got it, you go with Alt and Shift, and you click this first shape. You go to Edge, Bridge Edge Loops, and it is now connected. Then you go with E, and you go up, and here in Z you can see the dimensions, how much you want to go up. Let's say I will go like 3.5 millimeters, yeah, something like this, and it's okay. Then you go to object mode again, and the thing is, you need to now go to this kind of view here, like -Y or Y. You can go with viewport wireframe, then you press G and you press Z, and you need to emerge, yeah, it needs to be like connected one with another. Then you can go back to solid if it is connected good, in a good way. So you click it, you go to modifier sections here, this icon here, you click add modifier, and in search you enter array. This is it, you click it, and you are making a row of your shapes. To do it, you make the count bigger. If it's not in the right direction, you change the offset from 0 here to 1 here, for instance, if your base is in this direction. But our base is in this direction, so we are making in Y 0, and in offset we press 1 for now, but you need to make it to your own preferences. So here in count, you can make it longer. Let's say I will stick to 16 maybe. Okay, so we can zoom in a little bit, and here in offset you can make it, as you can see, if you are making bigger offset, they are like separated from each other, and we don't want it because the clay will be not cut, so they need to just be connected. So usually when it's offset 1, they are like perfectly connected. However, you can see that there is a small inconsistency here, so I will make 0.990 maybe. Perfect. If it looks good for you, then you can just click G and X, and you can move it to the middle, and G and Y to move it here. Perfect. It looks really, really nice. So this is our pattern. Don't forget to go here and apply this array, because without it, it won't be possible to export it. So I click apply. Now, before exporting it to STL, I usually go with clicking the objects here, and I add another modifier. I search for Boolean. Then I usually click union and or exact or float, depending on the file and the geometry. Sometimes it really messes it up. So let's go with float. And with eyedropper icon, you just click your border here. Perfect. And you click apply. Then we go to file, export STL. And then we can just import it directly into Cura slicer. We can just click slice, and you can see that it has been perfectly uploaded into the Cura, and you can just go with the printing. I hope you like this tutorial. If so, you can just make your own border cutters. You can use my file or just upload any other files in the same method. Thank you very much for this tutorial, and bye-bye.